Udyr, Hotshot, rather, onto Karthus in middle with Galio. A little bit of a push there, and not something you want to see. Atlanta has blue buff, so he's just going to have fun in mid lane right now, trying to lay waste all over a very low cooldown, about 0.6 seconds, and he's going to be able to just do that back and forth. If it just hits Galio, it's going to do double damage, but he throws on the shield and building that MR as he should. Oh, he has not built any MR yet.
This is good. Yeah, he's going to keep pushing on.
Just missing. Great job by Hotshot, just avoiding the lay waste on that one.
Yeah, that was really good. The Wall of Pain comes in there. You saw that big purple wall. It will slow enemy champions who touch it. And
Shredding
so really,
magic resistance.
Yeah, it lowers his magic resist, makes them run slowly. And the thing is, Karthus is all about those skill shots. It's all about leading your opponent. When they can't move, it's really easy to land a shot. And he does a lot of damage. You can see he's doing it again. Hotshot, you see his health ticking down every single time. He puts on that bulwark right there, trying to keep himself alive. Again, that spam coming out, the Resolute Smite. But Atlanta doing a great job this lane.
Looks like Nocturne creeping on the bottom lane here as he pushes into the bush. This is something you'll see the junglers do. Oh, great hog shot right there by Chowster just to reveal that. Looks like he will be pushed back into the jungle. And you'll see a third person in lane kind of hide in the bush. You're like, why aren't they doing anything? It's because they've creeped in. The minions only have a certain view, a window of vision. And if you can get into those bushes, the other team's going to feel a little more safe to push out, and you're going to be able to take them off guard right there. So you'll see a lot of the junglers trying to keep creeping the bush. That's going to block their vision, and they're going to be able to do a lot of damage if the other team pushes out, feeling that they have a safe spot to farm it. We're going to see Atlanta coming back down. Looks like there may have been a fight into River, but he just goes back right onto Hotshot, just harassing him, keeping him at his turret, and not really allowing him to farm. And something else that does, if you're pushing your opponent to their turret is going to feed off all of those minion kills. You're still going to get the experience, but you're losing out on a lot of potential gold. Yeah,
if you can't last hit against a turret, it's a really big, important skill to learn. It is possible to kill minions while the turret's fighting them, but you have to get extremely good timing here. You're going to see Hotshot going to toss out some spells, does a good job there, actually takes down most of them. But that's always a difficulty. It's not too bad of a it's not really exactly a bad idea to push to a turret sometimes. It does leave you open to getting ganked. You have to be careful of that. But you see Udyr and Nocturne have done that a couple times. But Atlanta has been alive every time that's happened. He's not died to these ganks, so he's feeling pretty confident.
You're really great wards right now coming out of the hands of Sona and Mandatory. You can just see all the way over towards the Wraith side. They just had one on their own Wraiths as well. So that it's just like a counter support. You can almost push the lane without having the fear of the gank coming in.
Yeah, it's very true.
Oh, looks like St. Vicious has an Oracles, and he looks hungry for middle here. Galio, Hotshot GG, St. Vicious going in. He does have Flash up, and he uses it right away, knowing St. Vicious has been popping his Flash all day just to land that bear stand stun.
Yep, if they had landed it. Oh, Asher! Ooh. Good vision from Atlanta, saw that arrow. If you see one of those hit, by the way, you're going to be stunned for a very, very long time. That would have definitely been his death if they had landed that shot.
A lot of pokes down towards that. Just maybe there's a ward there, St. Vicious. We need you to walk over here. They have been pinging that tri-bush down bottom for quite some time, but I just believe it's because of the ward. But that also stops Mandatory Cloud from going in for a gank there, because all you're going to see CLG do is start to push back in their lane, play a little bit more careful. And here we go, Freak. Again, he's trying to get into the bush, but bam, there's a ward right there that just spotted him.
Yep, so they're not able to play too aggressively just yet. We see Nocturne up towards the front. Yep, Ash with the hawk shot, but they might go for it anyway. And you take a dust spring into the face, will be alive. Vayne gonna keep getting sustained by Sona. And look at the last hits actually. Let's look at the gold income. Ash at, let's see, 4,500 gold. Vayne at 4,800. So yeah, Vayne is actually ahead of Ash in minions, getting babysat by that Sona very, very well. And Vayne scales extremely powerfully into late game. She scales much harder than Ash does. Her damage output is much higher. Oh, but here comes Udyr off to the side. Calumet's going to get caught again. Has that ultimate on, trying to get away. Big Fed LP low on energy. And he's actually going to go back onto Udyr. He's going to fling him into the poison cloud.
And that's Singe right there. Yeah. Absolute trolling. He is not worried about this fight. He knows he can take a lot of damage. His mana and HP are on the increase right now because of his ulti. So you can kind of run around and just deceive. We got a huge fight that could have possibly happened here down bottom. I believe the dragon was just taken as well. During that fight up top, dragon is now gone, and I do believe that went to...
That's probably Goose.
Goose.
Yeah, they had control there. They kind of were in the position for it.
Yep.
They did not get stopped. It was a great job. And again, because they see Udyr's up top, he's trying to do that harassment. He's like, well, great, it's a 4v3. Let's take it. And the thing is, you look at Kennen's summoners. He's got Ignite and Flash, so there's no summoner teleport at all on the Counter Logic Gaming team. So they can't position themselves across the map so quickly. So, let's talk about, some of the synergies they've got here. So one thing that CLG does, they have Galio right here, and Galio's ultimate, again, that taunt is extremely powerful. They've got Kennen as well, that slicing maelstroms. They have big AoE, just localized area damage output spells. So Kennen and Galio can get together and destroy an enemy team really, really quickly, and that's extremely powerful. One thing that Goose does, though, is his Nocturne, his ultimate, will send you about halfway across the map at high speeds and gank a single champion. And actually, there's a fight right here onto Singe. Stop that for a little while, because Singe now trying to run away from Galio and everyone else. And here comes the fight. There's the Nocturne ult. Will they go into anyone? They've got to be a little bit afraid. Galio's nearby. Calumet's getting extremely low. That poison trail's there. And there comes the ultimate in from Hotshot GG. Wow. Vayne has killed Ash at the bottom of the map. They're still fighting this one. Karthus in the middle doing tons of damage. We see that Udyr still trying to chase down Sona. Sona will flash away. Now onto Elements. This is Janna taking a lot of damage, but he's low on mana. Atlanta has to run away, and it's now 2-1. Elements still chasing in there. The tornado's off. Can he get the kill? Running away with no health. Can he ult in time? He will ult. Will it be enough, though? He shields, and oh my gosh!
Janna.
18 health. He did kill Kennen, though. They did trade.
He did get Kennen. He did get Kennen.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a really scary fight. I thought Big Fat LP went way early with Maelstrom on that one. He only used it for Singed, and then they all just came out of the bush like, what's up, dude? Let's make this fight happen. And you know what? CLG came out huge on that one, having less numbers in the beginning. And Janna just getting away by the skin of her teeth on that one. She's really loving that shield skill. Yeah,
that's a great push right there. So you saw Vayne and Nocturne push through the bottom lane. Did kill that bottom turret. Now Galio trying to shove mid, but here comes Wallstop. Going to try to stop him a little bit. Won't be able to do that great. Sona not exactly a high damage champion. You see Galio still just trucking away on that turret.
Looks like he wants to make it one turret for one here.
But at the same time, Singe did push top.
Yep.
This is one of the great things about Singe, is Singe cannot be 1v1'd, even 1v2'd. He's just tanky, and the thing is, he fights best by running away. The way Singe works, again, with that poison trail, if you chase Singe and you can't quite kill him, you'll start losing farther and farther and farther because you just keep taking damage.
But that sounds so easy, doesn't it? But you always want to chase him.
You always want to, because he's like, because he'll be low and like you'll really want to take that down. You just won't quite be able to. He gains a lot of movement speed over time, and you just always want to get hit, but you won't quite be able to. And that allows him to push, because he requires that 2 to 3 champions chase him, and when 3 people chase him, you've got a 4v2 somewhere else.
Yep.
And so even if he dies, he can make other things happen for his team. Oh, and there's that Ash arrow. Atlanta has been stunned, and here comes everyone else. He will flash, but it's going to be dangerous. Wall of Pain comes out. There is Vayne. Can they do enough damage out? It's going to be scary. St. Vige is taking a lot of damage. Galio's nearby, but Galio's ultimate, actually, it just now cooled down. It was almost up in time for that kill on Vayne.
Oh, that would have been really nice to catch her on the outside there. Probably it could have had Janna even go to the other side and push her right back into the turret.
For sure.
That would have been a really nice move by her. That's something you'll see possibly come out of the hands of Elements later, as Janna will quickly flash just to use her ultimate, and that can push the entire team or the opponent team into the turret, and it's an absolutely awesome place to have the entire team, because with the CC of Kennen, with the CC of Galio, that just makes for an awesome fight for CLG. It looks like they're going to go ahead and give this one to Galio. He can continue to shield his team up, continue to give his team assistance with speed, and see if they can use that to their advantage. Up top, again, Calumet just not leaving top lane alone, exactly what Singe should do. You always want to be split pushing, and that gives CLG something to think about the rest of the entire game.
The rest of the entire game.
The rest of the entire game.
Yes. No, I understand. It's just a little bit of hyperbole there.
Indeed.
You could have said the entire game or the rest of the game, but you want both. You're like, they're really just the entire rest of the game.
It's going to be there.
It is. So yeah, Galio wearing blue, going to be pretty happy right here. He's got that Glacial Shroud, so a lot of bonus mana, a lot of cooldown reduction. Not a ton of ability power stacked on him right now, but he's certainly going to be nice and tanky. They do want to get that going on there. A lot of physical damage from that team, so they do want to give him some armor. He is their primary tank, of course. But, you saw, the early game that Singe versus Kennen was pretty close. But you can see down here, Singe 129 minions and Kennen at 131. So both of them are farming quite successfully. And Galio actually at 188, the most farmed in the game pretty much. Go back to the gold ticks, you can see 6,000 for pretty much everyone. 6,000 over here. They're all really, really close by. There's no singular, like, super far ahead champion right now.
Right. It's going to see what they do. I mean, Big Fat LP, I feel like, he would have went for some HP first, that MR, but he actually went for Will, and it just misses everyone. Wow, that Ash arrow almost coming down and destroying at least 2 people in mid. If you are around the AoE of the Ash arrow, it's still going to slow you, so they could have a good initiation on a few people that fight. But as I was saying about Big Fat LP is, went for the quick Will of the Ancients, was like, I'm going to get poisoned, but I'll steal my health back a little bit. So he's kind of compromised in his build, but still has great items. Needlessly Large Rod, Sork Boots to penetrate, and he has the Will of the Ancients, which also assists the rest of his team.
Yeah, so Hotshot going fighting around with Singe. That Bulwark doing a great job. What that shield does, by the way, gives you a lot of bonus armor and magic resist, and then when you take damage, you actually get healed a little bit, so you see that those green numbers coming out. And of course, when Poison Trail deals damage over time, it ticks multiple times, that heals actually completely overpowers the Poison Trail damage output, so he actually wants to fight Singe because he'll heal by doing so. Unless Singe gets a lot of magic penetration or some extra ability power, he'll actually heal by sitting in Poison Trail. It's a good counter.
So now that we're about 23 minutes into the game, we do see that as a turret has been taken down on each side. Actually 2 for CLG at this point, and just 1. Actually 2 in the middle. One in mid, 1 in bottom. Actually for Goose as well. They're starting to pack up a little bit more. You'll see the team start to now initiate those fights we were talking about, and not just the 1-on-1s that you're going to be brought to, or the 2-on-1s from the jungler. Where you can see going for Dragon here. It looks like they do have it warded. They're going to pull it out a little bit. That is also a strategy to keep it away from the other jungler's smite, and ability to do a great amount of damage to a unit. It looks like Nocturne ulti coming out to clear the vision. Galar, hotshot coming around from the backside, and they're going to be able to pinch the team here. A great ulti coming out of the hands of Kennen. A huge amount of damage on Lemon God, and he is going to go down. The DPS is on the ground, and they will just be able to push through this lane right here. Mandatory is trying to just get the minions down so they can't push as fast. Oh, they catch Karthus in the Galio ulti. He does not have flash up, and he will go down. Zombie Karthus casting as many spells as he can, but everybody is out of range, and no worries there. A really great initiation there. They got Dragon for themselves, and a few team kills by Hotshot coming around the backside. They have really good vision there by Wraiths, and he knew that the team was out of position for a good pinch. Yeah,
Udyr did a great job there, diving onto Vayne was kind of the main disruption there. Stopped her from getting away entirely, and they just did not have the damage up anywhere. Even though it was roughly a 4v4, they just could not really rally themselves and get into a position they wanted. They needed that Singe to be a meat wall. There's no real tank for Goose without Singe. Nocturne is just not that beefy right now. You're gonna follow Nocturne around. He just is not a he's not a meat wall yet. He's not really built that tanky so far. So without Singe to disrupt, they just got jumped on. Vayne couldn't get away. Vayne got caught, and then that flash ult from Galio managed to catch Karthus at the end there, and they kind of just destroyed them. And now CLG, you see, invading the jungle, have picked up the golem. They see Singe right there, but Singe will probably get away. Again, he's tanky. You don't want to chase him around. But this is really, really good for CLG.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. It seems like they have free reign over everything right now. They're kind of, Goose wants to push into whatever they're doing, but CLG kind of has a lot more poke than they do. You're able to throw shurikens with Kennen, Galio, or a Hotshot GG with his poke as well. Udyr's right there to CC somebody if you want to initiate on those pokes. So it's really a back and forth game right now for Goose. Do they want to fight it, or do they not want to fight it? Because, they're going to need Singe for this next one, according to the last fight.
Yeah, they're really going to need him. It's already too late. Hotshot's ultimate is back by now, so they're not gonna rush them in and get anything done. Hotshot did have teleport actually. I mentioned a while ago they didn't have anyone with TP, but Hotshot did have that before. But he wasn't the one solo top for a while. Now he is. So basically, their gameplay is going to be have Hotshot solo top, have him keep pushing, have him keep distracting, and then whenever a team fight starts, he can TP way into the battle. Singe can do the same. His teleport is also up, so they're kind of going to play this sort of split push gameplay and see what they can do. They have pushed through, got that mid turret right there, so that's going to help them out a little bit. 3 turrets apiece. It's going to be a big win there for Goose. They want to keep pushing through. Hotshot is still far. They have a couple more seconds before Hotshot actually gets into the fight, so if they can get anything done, they'll want to try to do it now. Ashore comes out. That'll hit Singe in the face, but he's tanky. It's not going to be a huge deal. He has a little bit of health there, but here's Hotshot in the back. He could ult and catch all of them. He's going to jump in there, and there it is. Picks up 2 to 3. Can they get enough damage out? But there's Nocturne in the middle. Elma's taking a lot of damage. Big